I mean, it's cozy. I mean, I don't blame him. Looks cozy. Do, do, do. Oh, hey, hyena.
Hyena.
Thanks for joining us. Oh, wow, that's so nice of him.
But tomorrow.
I mean, everybody deserves a day off, right? Just single hand typing. Tap, 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 tap.
Oh no. Tapping on my desk, looking at what team I want to bring in next to my next arena. Affliction. What's going on, Affliction?
Oh, what up, man?
Yeah, I dropped a link to the podcast before I left. How much left out? So hopefully people joined up. Oh, yeah, go sleep. Go sleep. It's okay.
Maybe B. Hey, where do you normally send your backup if they're like, not, you don't really need backup, but like 10th guy on map 6 in the first section, where would you send him?
I usually double up past 6 and 7 in one,
Okay.
but you can
6.
also double up
Okay.
1, 2, and 1, 2, and 7.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I'm taking care of 6. So I'm pretty active, so I don't need to do that.
Yeah, because sometimes depending on how quick your path one people get in,
Yeah.
doubling up path two may be the way to go.
Okay. B. Yeah. Okay,
Hope
cool.
I waking you up. Hope I being too loud. I'm trying not to be too loud, man, but you gonna have to give me some wiggle room. We're gonna go ahead and bring Craig in. Let's go ahead and get rolling.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Let's do it,
I already got the side eye look earlier.
man. Fair enough. Yeah, we'll just run through this real quick. Have a little fun. Chat about what we hope's coming and whatnot.
Now recording.
All right, pop that in real quick, and we'll get going right after that.
Pull up a chair in the Marvel Champions Lounge and join your host, Moose and Ghost Dog.
Hey, what's going on, everybody, on this Father's Day Sunday? Thanks for joining us if you're out there hanging out with us. So appreciate it, everybody. Ghost Dog, how you doing, man? Happy Father's Day.
Thank you. Happy Father's Day to you. Doing well.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Awesome. I see you got your little grandkid in your arms there. Just spending it right, huh?
Baby.
Nice.
They got the baby with me.
Right?
Yeah.
Just so tiny. Have a little napskis and go little Papa Ghost Dog's arms.
Yeah.
Nice, man. Awesome. Well, yeah, man. So definitely a lot has happened in the last week in the MCOC. A whole lot to talk about. But, if you are hanging out with us or whatnot, we're not going to take up too much of your time today because, it's Father's Day. Get back to your family and whatnot. So, but yeah, so we this past week we had the roadmap drop, man. What was your first, initial reaction to the roadmap?
I was really excited about it. Really
Nice.
excited for some of the things I've seen. When I took a quick glance at it all, it was like, just a quick glance at it all. I thought there's a lot of good things in there.
For sure, man.
So,
Yeah, no, I thought, I think maybe just how it's been maybe recently. I tried not to get too excited about it, because how often do they, have a post and like, oh, we didn't mean it that way, or this isn't how we did it. But it does seem like things are going to be a little different with this one. It does definitely seem like they did listen, and there are going to be, there's definitely going to be more posts coming out, but like kind of the prelude or whatever is how they're kind of, kind of the outline of what's to come does seem, something to look forward to.
definitely.
Again, I'm pretty, I would say, apprehensive. I don't want to get my hopes up too much. Just maybe that's just me, the nature that I am. But yeah, no, some things that definitely look exciting. I think the one thing I'm looking forward to the most is probably the Cavalier difficulty on the hinges on the fact that it's not absurdly difficult, or as long as it's going to be difficult or whatever, as long as the rewards are going to be, comparable to whatever it is, just the kind of the monthly boost and rewards and whatnot and resources is kind of what I think I might be looking forward to in this first part as far as the quests go. So what are your thoughts on the Cavalier difficulty? Do you have any, kind of, have you heard anything, seen anything? I mean, I know, they haven't released anything really, but
Yeah, the roadmap they released to us, the same roadmap
yeah,
they
for
released
sure.
to you guys. We haven't seen anything more on the Cavalier difficulty as of yet.
Yeah.
Even if I had, I couldn't say anything.
Yeah, no, I'm
probably
sure.
today.
I mean, even just maybe just like
but
what you're, what do you think may be coming?
What I'm thinking is, what you're going to see is more abilities to rank up and get your 5 stars to rank 5 more often, and your 6 stars to rank 2, with the ability of probably introducing in some low amounts of T5CC.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I think everybody's really wanting, is to see that T5CC start to be introduced into the rewards a little bit more.
Yeah, into the realm and everything.
Therefore, you can rank 2. Yeah, so you can rank 2 things, or rank 3 your 6 stars. Right now, the biggest you're seeing crystals out there usually around anywhere from 2% to 25%. And I think what you're going to see is you're probably not going to see a 25% crystal.
Yeah.
You're probably going to see somewhere in the neighborhood around 10%. So it takes you a little while to build up that T5 class catalyst.
For sure. Yeah, I could definitely see something like that. And even just kind of like how you were talking about crystals and everything. It does seem like there's a whole lot of chatter going on about the crystals and how they may be changing and everything like that. So I do, excuse me, I do look forward to seeing, kind of how they're going to update that. I honestly, I don't know. I mean, I know they briefly have said that they're going to update the crystals, but nothing else. Is there anything else that you've seen out there as far as details, or is just we're going to update them?
The only details I've really seen so far are just for the Abyss Crystal.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
And I'm going to assume that the Abyss Crystal is probably going to be what we're going to be looking at.
For sure, yeah. I think they'll probably come out with different iterations of that. How did you feel about them updating that? And so it's going to be 10. You're going to get to pick a class, and it'll have 10
Yep.
per champ or 10 per class of that
10,
class.
10
Yeah.
per, yep.
How do you feel
So
about
I
that?
think there's a really, I actually like it a lot.
Yeah.
Like it eliminates a lot of the RNG when you get 10 different champs of that class to choose from. So, from my understanding, is that when you pick your class, it's going to be 10 different champs.
Yeah.
It won't be, it won't. You shouldn't have the possibility of it being two Ultrons
Gosh.
or two Gambits or
Right.
two, Black Panther Civil Warriors. Or something
Could
like
you
that.
imagine if like 4 Civil Warriors popped up or something? How awful would that be?
Changes the entire experience.
Yeah, right. But yeah, no. So yeah, I mean that would definitely gives you a little bit more to strive for. I think, especially somebody I saw, and I think one of our chats made the point, which I thought was a good point. You'd probably want to open your your T5 class catalyst first, right? And then that gives you something, and then you'd pick that. So you have more of something to kind of hope for, I guess, and more options to choose from. So I think that'd be pretty cool. It's interesting to see how that plays out. So, I mean, I would assume like since you finished it, no, that's for completing it 100%, correct?
That's 100% correct.
What they are taking away though is the 15,000 shards from those people, and then giving you what was it again? Like a
It's the crystal. It's the crystal.
oh
They're taking away the 15,000.
oh okay. So the initial clear rewards aren't changing. I thought
yes
they were.
and no.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yes
Fair.
and no.
Oh no. Yep. There we go. Yeah, they're taking away that and then giving you that on the end. Fair enough.
Yep. So the big cry out some people are saying are, well, those who've already finished it are getting the extra 15K.
Exactly.
Yeah, and they've already finished it. They've already paid the roadmap for all the glitches.
Yeah.
And everything else that came along with it, such as the Captain Marvel movie fight and all the other things that happened during that time frame. Therefore, now you don't have to go through all that.
True.
So if you can get it done by the 25th,
Exactly.
Before the 25th, then you can earn those 15K rewards because you probably deserve it.
Exactly.
If you get it done after the 25th, you're gonna lose 15K. That 15K. Now that's going to affect a small number of players.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think I think maybe less than 2%.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's really that big a deal.
I don't think that many people have finished it 100%.
I mean, here's the thing. Here's the other points that I think was being made. Like, really, at the end of the day, is that really going to like break the game or change it for those people who are doing the Abyss? No, probably not. I think it's also like taking away the 75 or what was it, the 35,000 gold from map 6. Like, why even do that when it's already such end game? Like, it just seems like it's not really necessary. But then again, like, I don't think it's really a huge deal,
Yeah.
But if it's not such a huge deal, just leave it alone. Exactly.
Right. They could have left the rewards like they were and said, here's 15K. You can go get a feature if you like. Take a shot at a feature.
Exactly.
And I think I like my eyes better. I like my eyes a lot better with this current crystal.
Oh no, that does look nice. I'm like 800 shards away from my next 6-star. I don't think I'm gonna wait another 5,000. I just don't have that kind of patience, my friend.
Well, it's not even about the patience. It's about you wait the extra 5,000, and then you spend that 5,000.
Yeah, no, it's patience.
And you pull a Joe Fix-It.
Yeah, see, that's the other thing. Like that's
now you feel like you've wasted 5,000 6-star shards.
when I could be halfway
and
to
for all
another
those who
one.
and for all those who are listening to me talk as quietly as I possibly can, I have my grandson in my arms sleeping. So please forgive me if you can't hear me.
Yeah, I know it's Ilac and Man Falcon. What's up, Man Falcon? They're both they were listening to my YouTube, and they're like, "You got to turn Discord up a little bit." It's like, so I tried to turn myself down and you up a little bit to try to counteract that, but for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks cozy, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's falling asleep.
Oh, he's asleep.
Yeah, for sure.
He's jumped a couple times.
That's awesome.
Sleep.
That's funny. But yeah, so the other things I think I was excited about this kind of this part 1 is what I'm looking at. in their prelude, their outline here, was the Act 6 changes that look like they're going to be coming, which, I'm working on the initial clear of 6.4. I just stopped because I'll just probably wait, because I think it's gonna be a lot easier for me at least. At least the attack values and stuff aren't going to be so ridiculous.
Right.
Because I remember you were saying like Abyss was, kind of more of a pleasant experience, because even if you did get caught, with like a 5 combo or something, you weren't dead, just in the water.
Correct.
And in Act 6, you are.
Yeah.
So
6-3, 6-4. If you get caught with a 5-piece combo, you're probably dead.
exactly. So pretty frustrating there. So yeah, I mean, cool. Look forward to that, which is cool. I just I was kind of getting into it a little bit before here. A lot of changes happening for me over the week. I've had a crazy week in MCOC, just with season changing, and just kind of managing, helping manage a few alliances and different, just the whole community. Just I seem to be the one who's, I don't know, I enjoy recruiting and just talking to folks, getting to know folks, kind of, what's going to happen, put them in a good home that's going to make them enjoy the game the most. So yeah, I've talked to so many people and done all that. And while all that, we were disbanding an alliance, and then I started a Map 6 alliance. So been doing all that, but totally crazy. I turned on Suicides this week. I rank 5 Black Widow Clairvoyant, because I really find that she's going to be really helpful for this Nova mini boss, because he's a pain.
He is a pain.
Nice. Yeah, but so I'm looking forward to that. Got her all going. So Suicides, that's something I've never really been a fan of, but like I'm running Guillotine 99 and Warlock, and now I'll be running Black Widow. So I mean, I think it's a pretty good team. It's fun. That combo, let me tell you, on Caltrops is amazing, because the synergy is every time you're going to get something you're immune to, you gain like a bar of power. You just dash back a few times, you're red. Like you got your special 3. It made it so much. It made it so easy. It was cheese. It was great. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I run Caltrops, or when I was in Alliance.
Okay.
I ran Caltrops, and I use Corvus, and have willpower at max.
Yeah.
So I'm getting free heals using Corvus
there you
on
go.
Caltrops,
Nice.
basically.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, no, people, when I was making the pass, which, gosh, I felt like, that meme going around Charlie from, from Always Sunny, where he's got the lines going over here and the Post-its there, and just all that's been me the last 4 days, man. It's been fun, though. Definitely got to know the map, so I feel comfortable with Map 6 now, even though I haven't run it really as much. But yeah, no, it's definitely been a crazy experience. It's been fun. But yeah, so then some of the other changes that are coming, really just, I don't know, so you have just a whole new vision, I guess, is going to be changing, which, I think would be cool. Hopefully, just with them changing Book 2, we'll see where they go with that. I mean, if they're going to drop the attack values and stuff for X6, and hopefully it does seem like even in one of their posts, they said that they all the feedback that they've had over the year, over the last couple of weeks, they feel like they stole some ideas from people, which I think is good, because a lot of people had some awesome ideas out there. And, it does seem like they are taking it in a different direction. So I definitely look forward to seeing, kind of was on the 23rd is when they're going to be posting about the story, like the quests. Part 1 of their prelude, of their kind of roadmap and all that stuff is quests. So on July 23rd, they're going to be talking about Part 1, which is all about the future of the core of MCOC, which is the quest content and everything like that. So, your story quests, your variants, which I was kind of confused here. They said they're going to tease the Variant 5. I thought, oh no, Variant 5 is August, right?
Variant 5 is August.
Oh, okay. So, oh yeah, I mean, I guess everybody was supposed to have Book 2, so that was the whole...
Right.
That was that whole thing where I just feel like I'm waiting for like Variant 5 now, just because they talked about it. So I guess that's probably why I feel like it's like, let it out already,
You and everybody else.
Yeah,
You know,
no, fair enough. For sure. I mean, I still got other variants to work on, but
yeah, the teaser will just talk about what's in store, most likely. I'm sure, kind of like they did when they dropped Variant 4. How they kind of let us know that you're going to need your 2, 3, and 4 stars champs along with your 5 and 6 stars.
yeah, just kind of like the
So
whole
we'll find yeah.
Moon Knight
So
theme.
we'll find out what yeah. Moon Knight waning. Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that'd be cool. We'll see what that's all about.
I mean, we know it's Venom, the Venom one.
Oh, okay.
We're not. I mean, we just don't know which one it's going. We just don't know what's going to be with it.
That'll be fun.
I mean, based on the information that we have, if they're following the stories as they've been doing it, it's the Venom one's next.
You know what would be fun is if they introduce Null as like a Grandmaster type collector part of the game. Not really like playable, but just introduce him in a way in the game. I think that'd be super fun. That'd bring a little more excitement to it, I think, you know, and especially since he won, you know, Deacon and other games tournament. I think that'd be real fun. Everybody, I think, would get a kick out of it, but I'm sure that's not just something they're going to throw in there. So I guess wishful thinking.
You can't throw it in yet.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you got to. It's got to already be available.
Yeah,
It's already be in there.
Wishful thinking, I suppose.
So part 1 is actually supposed to drop on Tuesday.
Yeah. Right. So, and part 1, is that just them?
That's just the Act 6 changes, the new direction for Book 2, Variant 5 teaser, the unpacking of the Cavalier difficulty, and reward boost for the Abyss.
So
more.
Yeah, it's okay. So they're gonna like update the rewards on the 23rd, not just tell us what they're gonna do.
Well, I know that the Abyss Crystal doesn't drop until the 25th, so that would be my assumption is when they talk about these changes, that probably everything will probably happen on the 25th, but we'll know more on Tuesday for sure.
Yeah, no, I feel like they'll definitely mention it all. But yeah, I mean, I didn't really get that. I just got that this was like an outline, and then on the 23rd, they're going to tell you everything that's changing, and then it'll change on such and such date or something, or it'll change with such and such.
Right.
You know, because, you know, like this whole, like one of the things is, you know, the Magneto buff that everybody's, you know, been kind of going crazy about and stuff.
And I'm with them now.
I mean, that's fair. I get it.
I pull White Mags as a 6-star, so let's go Magneto buff.
Yeah, but okay, we had that conversation about Colossus and Unstoppable. Do you think they're going to do the same to both?
They better.
Yeah, they better, but who says they're gonna?
But they're two different. Those are two different characters. Yeah.
Okay, so how are they not two different ones?
Well, they're still both Magneto.
So Deadpool's the same and they're different, right? You know. So yeah. I do hope they do too. I do hope that they do the same to both, because do they not have the exact same moves?
The exact same moveset.
But somebody also made this other point. Somebody out there made the point. Winter Soldier and Punisher were the exact same essentially until they made the buff, and they both then kind of changed their things. So that's probably what they'll do with these mags, is just change them both completely and just start with the red one. That's what I could see Kabam doing. Hopefully I'm wrong.
I'm hoping you're wrong too.
Fair enough.
make my 6-star that much better.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. But my other point, I guess, why I kind of brought up the buff was, you know, what was it? Kabam John, I think, in one of these incursion tournaments said it's happening this year. Like, okay, cool, it's happening this year. Yet, you know, we'll just hop on over into part 2. They were saying, I think, well, that's even like part 3, where they're gonna start buffing and older characters. They said they're going to be doing 2 a month. Okay.
Up to 2 a month.
Yeah. Okay.
Or, no, what was it say? It said working towards two buffs per month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So cool, but if you're going to tease that it's going to happen this year, we haven't even gotten the Hulkbuster one done, and they're gonna all of a sudden start trying to do 2 a month. Like my apprehension, I guess, like where I'm not buying in is like, it was this like a 4-year plan? Like you're going to plan on buffing, get to Joe Fix It in 2025? Like I ain't got that kind of time, bro. Like, you know, like that's,
I'm hoping that I think what I'm hoping is, and they haven't said anything to us, that they now have a new dedicated team for this buff.
okay. So they were
for these
stealing
buff
my
ups, for these
ideas.
rookie buffs.
So they stole my idea for sure.
Yeah, it's your ideal. We'll have to contact them and see if we can get some royalties paid for that, and because that's what's the intellectual theft,
Something.
intellectual property theft,
Something.
Like that.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. No, but I mean, it makes sense just from just a business standpoint. Like people are leaving the game. Like I was this close to just deleting everything, ghosting the entire community, doing everything. When I duped on my 5th 6-star crystal, I duped Rocket. I ghosted everybody for like 48 hours. I was like, I gotta take a deep breath, reevaluate things, because holy crap, dude, this is what a waste of time. Like what a waste of like 2 months of just sitting there wanting something, and then you get something so useless that you duped.
It's rough.
Like,
It's rough.
So they really needed to from a business standpoint, they really needed to kind of fix that, which hopefully they are. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, Man Falcon had the point. He's like, if they commit to buffing 2 a month, they will likely create a team to just do the buffs. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of where you would have to go if you're losing so many people on such a big part of the game. So you really have to had to do that. Yeah, I mean, my last 6-star crystal was Venom Pool, but like again, I've took a deep breath, realized realized it is what it is, and everybody has bad luck, and but hey, if they revamp them, cool, it'll be fun, And honestly, with suicides, dude, Rocket's number special too. Like if you're not really getting hit or anything, finishes things pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it does.
So,
yeah.
I don't know. I'm focusing on map 6, so I'm going to do the suicide thing for a bit. But I don't know. I like using specials. Man, it's fun.
Yeah, you can't really use. You can use Claire's special too.
Yeah, no, exactly, right. So I was testing her out. Yeah, I was testing her out in rank 4 in the Modoc Island things, and yeah, man, there's so much damage that you get the regen from it that you're pretty much good to go. So
good to go. Yeah.
Definitely, that's what pushed me to rank 5ing her for Alliance Quest, because of that, because her regen there. So I think it'll definitely come in handy in the 3rd section there while I get the hang of things. But this was another thing I kind of wanted to question you about, because I've been so focused on all this other stuff, and the map 6 alliance that I just did was not. We're doing optional wars. Just have people focus on quest. But so I haven't really been checking up on the new war and everything like that, but I did. There's a huge change coming to war. War is like completely kind of just seems to be flipping up on its edge. Sorta, maybe. I don't know. It seems like it's going to be changing. Maybe there's going to be these new kind of attack boosts that you'll be able to kind of throw in on your champs and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, it still seems like it's going to be a pretty tedious thing, especially for all like the officers out there who have to relearn all the nodes and everything like that. What
yeah,
do you have any thoughts on that while you're juggling all the children?
Yes, the oldest one is
yeah.
It goes my daughter. It goes when
the whole family now.
Yeah, everybody. There goes my son.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't know where you just shot that off to, girl.
I'm still in it. I got it.
Okay. All right. They're all gone.
Hey, just a quick little, happy Father's Day. Everybody just invading, That's awesome.
Yeah, everybody invaded the room
There you
real
go.
quick. But yeah, so I'm not in an alliance right now. So
Oh, you're
I won't.
allianceless?
Yeah, my video dropped. When
I'm
did I
sorry,
drop that
bro.
video? Thursday.
Like I said, I've been
I know you've been
so
busy. You've been busy.
my head has
You've
just
been
been
busy. But
so
yes, I am no longer in an alliance right now.
okay.
So I am taking time off for myself personally, health wise. I figured the easiest way to do that and still be part of the game without being super involved in the game was to step away from an alliance for a little
For
while,
sure.
so I can really focus on me back to 100%.
Hell yeah, man.
Uh, Feel a little bit better about myself physically
For
and
sure.
health wise, so that I can be around for those little people who just came running in here.
Absolutely.
But I haven't had a chance really to dive deep into the AW stuff.
Okay.
Mainly probably because I'm not in an alliance. I probably would
For
have
sure.
already done it if I'd been in an alliance, but I just haven't looked at it yet. I've heard, spouts about why we got hidden nodes here and why we got this there. Why is this going on here? But I personally um, have not looked at it
Fair
yet.
enough. I want to say it was, I was excited about it just because of the changes, and it seemed like, it seemed like they really were going to change it. Honestly, it just seemed like these changes were already coming for the next season, just kind of what I gathered from it, and they're just maybe just trying to ramp it up or trying to give it a different feel. But I think I want to say it was Cam from the other, I think he tweeted it from his podcast. But he had mentioned that like there's like the same amount of nodes, there's the same amount of this, and it's all relatively the same. It just looks different, and there's different nodes. So I don't know. Like I said, I haven't really looked into it really just because I haven't really had the need, and I feel like that's pretty much the kind of vibe everyone. They're all just gonna wait to see what happens. Like nobody really seems to be super hot on war anymore. Like I've started, all of the new alliances that I've created at all the different levels all have optional wars, and everybody seems to just totally be about that because it's cool if you need like a couple hundred champs here and there. I think, but like at the end of the day, it's just locking 7 of your champs up or 8 of your champs up for that long is, I don't know, it just takes away from it. I think.
It does. Locking the champs up for that period of time, but I think it's because the amount of champs that you lock up, because the time that war actually takes, it actually takes, I'd say 3/4 less time than AQ does.
100% in the attack.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, we've been to the bosses before I go to bed most
for sure.
nights.
Yeah.
Just trying to figure out who's going to take what before I fall asleep, and then come back in the morning and finish off. But again, without looking at the new system, like I said, I know there's going to be hidden minis again, which that to me is kind of a step backwards.
For sure.
Having the minis available helps with helps us see what we need to plan for.
Exactly.
But yeah, I don't know. I'll wait for the whole thing to drop
For
again,
sure.
and I'll talk to a couple of my friends that are still in alliances. See, I'll get their ideas or thoughts. Maybe have them screenshot me some of the stuff.
Yeah, man.
Some of the nodes, things like that, so I can take a better look at it. It's one of those things for me. I have to actually be a part of, probably really get a good grasp.
Exactly. Yeah. No. I mean that's exactly why. I didn't. I haven't really like read into it or anything. Like, there's been a lot of chatter where everybody just like from I guess my perspective of it or whatever is I see the like it just how kind of frustrating it is for the people that had all of this knowledge of all of the nodes and everything for the last however many years that like changing around war defense sucks. Like it's just it's an annoying job. It's some like it, some actually do love it, and I appreciate those people so much because it takes away from me.
Figuring it out. I just like figuring it out and dropping it. You're dropping. I wish, and I hope they come out with a set where, I set, like if I was back being an officer, I set the defense, and then I click save,
exactly,
and then next war I just go back and click set, and then it sets it, and I click save, and that would be a time saver because a lot of times defenses and this is from when I was an officer, defenses would be for me would not be getting in until I'm at my, to the middle of my workday.
Exactly.
And a lot of times I can't step away to, go reset
Rearrange
it.
something for
If
20
I'm the
minutes.
only, yeah, if I'm the only officer, that makes it a little bit rough.
You had a little audience there for a minute.
No, that was a wifey.
Oh, okay. She's just glaring
Probably
at the back of your head.
What, yeah, trying to figure out how much longer we got.
Fair enough. Yeah, but for sure, man.
Because everybody's here now.
Okay, all right, cool. Well, I don't think there's too much more to go over here. But yeah, no, for sure.
So we got this Tuesday and this Friday. We got parts 1 and 2 should be dropping out with more detail.
Yeah. So and then on Friday, there's those Alliance tools that you were talking about. That I don't think that we're gonna get the. I don't know if we're gonna get the ones that you were just talking about, where you'd be able to set it and everything like that. But
no, I don't think that's gonna be a thing.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. But maybe something along the lines, hopefully down the road will, and hopefully these kind of are the prelude to those, which is the whole. They kind of mentioned it before, the whole battle group. Like that's the only one you're assigned to. Which like if you'll still be able to go into like BG1 if you're assigned to 2, but it'll give you a warning. So I think that'll work. That'll be at least there's that extra, that extra little stop. Be like, hey, bro, you sure about that? You shouldn't be checking anything, or it'll be nice too. Because I think it'll be cool too. Because if you got to make like a last minute change, if you just go in there and do it, for sure. I look forward to seeing how that plays out. War refresh, and we'll see how that goes. Quest rebalance, timers. Okay, so do you think they're going to redo the timers?
I know they're going to redo the timers.
Okay.
That was a really big pain point for a lot of people.
For sure.
And reducing the timers or changing or making more available moves was a big thing for a lot of people.
That makes a lot of sense. Right now, that would actually be a lot more helpful, especially in Act 6 right now, just because, there's some guys that I would have in there that are super quality dudes that are great, but just don't have the time to check back every few hours or this. So if they could move a little bit more, or if they rechange that a little bit way, I think that would definitely be helpful.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how they're going to affect the timers. I know that I talked with ILAC a lot about this before. We talked about, I was like, well, what if they do 30-minute timers? And then we kind of thought like, well, the pros of 30-minute timers would be that would give people time to finish, the map overnight. But then what would be the benefit to Kabam by not having people log in for several hours throughout the day? What would be the thing to get us to log in? Yeah,
I think he was mentioning that when he was with us. Like, why are you going to log in the morning then? What's going to get you to do that then?
What's going to get you to log in the morning?
Yeah.
So hopefully we find some way to address that. I think a 45-minute timer. I know it's only 15 minutes, but if you're talking 15 times 5, that's a whole nother hour, a whole nother move.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother move.
For sure. Oh no, for sure. That definitely helps. And that you'd even be able to, what would be cool is that even just that extra move with, in your lunch break, you'd be able to get that extra one move in, which would be helpful if it was just 45 minutes,
Yep. 45 minutes versus an hour.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't know. That's my hope, is that they go to 45-minute timers. I think 30-minute timers would make it a little bit too quick.
Yeah.
But 45 would be a way to go.
Yeah, I think you're right in the middle there. Just popping in and out, just checking on you. It's been 3 minutes, but I'm just checking.
You remember what Deacon was talking about last week, right? That's it, right there.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
We don't care what you're doing.
No.
We want to come in.
Yeah, we need to chat. It's our time. Even though it's Father's Day, it's our time with you.
With you. With you. So get off. Stop whatever you're doing and get out of here.
Yeah. Me and Falcon made another point. Even if it was just 8 instead of 5, and it's still an hour. I think.
Yeah, I know. He talked about that. Mm-hmm. I think he talked about that. I don't know which way they're going to go.
Yeah.
So
I think you're kind of. I think you're getting the same goal if you do 8 or 45. I think you're hitting the same thing at the end of the day. Just those extra couple moves, I think, is what's going to be the goal. But yeah, one of the other things I was curious about in this part 2, so we'll see what happens on Friday, is the help system improvements. So their little quote here, because I feel like they've tried it before. Somebody mentioned it, but they said, help all? No, it can't be done, can it? You bet your ass it is. Or it can. Or,
Yeah.
So didn't they try that once, help all, and it just like froze?
When the game first came out,
Okay, I
the
wasn't here
servers
when
would
that
lock completely up. Yeah, that's what I wouldn't either. But they would completely lock up the entire game.
I think somebody's trying to get in.
That's the little one. She's talking to my son.
Oh, okay.
She's talking to her uncle.
Oh, okay.
She's talking to her uncle. Yeah, but
Nice.
I don't know if she's talking to her uncle trying to help her get in here or whatever.
Nice. But yeah, so I mean, I'm interested to see. Honestly, I thought they were gonna do like auto help, right? Hopefully
Yeah.
that's where like goes where like they just automatically go to help, and if somebody could just do help all, I think that would just make everything good at the. That would be a nice improvement to that whole system at the end of the day. I think on that.
Yeah, it probably would. I don't know if they're going to do something like that along with the help all. I think that could end up causing issues, but
For sure.
we shall see. We shall see. Hopefully, they get better servers as the years have come along, so that this help all doesn't crash everything.
Right. I mean, exactly. I mean, I think if it was just built in, maybe I don't know. I mean, obviously, I'm not like a programmer or anything, but to me, it just seems like if it was built in.
Well, you got to think about it. Every time you hit help, you get that little wheel that's spinning to the server. That's the server.
No, that's true.
So if you do that for, I know my last alliance, I could wake up to 350, 400 people requesting,
True.
help. Like,
the trend, I think a lot, maybe that makes a lot of point. I always wanted to ask, because I think I don't think you hit the little green box on your champs.
And I went to the end.
Okay, so, but I mean, I was just asked, like, I was going to wonder why, and I think you just made the point where it's just annoying to wait for it to load or whatever. Yeah, so, I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Yep. When I'm streaming, and even when I'm not streaming anymore, I just wait till I'm done, and then I request help where I think I need help. So, for instance, if it's at night, I'll do it for all my 6-stars.
Yeah.
But I may not do it for my 5-stars, just because by the time I wake up,
they're going to be there.
Be available.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I always try to do it with at least the 6-stars, just so it helps them boost a little quicker. But yeah, so I mean that's like part 1 and 2, and that's what's going to come out Friday, and then there's stuff more coming out, part 3 and 4 coming out the following week. Do you want to save that for us to?
Yeah, we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, okay. I think we'll talk about that when it comes out next week. We'll react to kind of I guess what they're going to be doing this week, and
we'll know about this week for sure. It'll be laid out. And then next week, we can react. We can kind of get our ideas and thought process on what that will look like.
Yeah, because I would assume they'll probably, there'll probably be a bit more chatter about parts 3 and 4. And if not, we'll see what happens. But yeah, cool, man. Awesome. Well, that was just a quick one for us today, huh?
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, you got your whole family trying to break down the door to hang out with you, man. So why don't you go do that, and I'll catch up with you, huh?
All right, y'all. Everybody, thank you for stopping by today.
Thanks for hanging out.
Normally I stick around and chat, but I gotta go.
All right. So take care, man.
All right, everybody. Thanks, guys.
Yep. Thanks for stopping by. No regrets. Thanks, man. Dragoon, Chopsticks, Affliction, Gito, Hyena, all you dudes and gals. Universal, thanks for hanging out with us. Have a good one. Happy Father's Day.